Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nimbus Live Session. It is June 2024, and today we have a very special guest with us. We have Kingsley from OH Academy, somebody that is well known to me, and I'll just give him an opportunity to introduce himself as well as tell us a little bit about himself.
Okay, thank you for having me. I want to apologize once more for missing out our arranged time last time. And it's a pleasure to be at Nimbus Live Session. First of all, I'm Kingsley Onwukaeme, and as you know, but the very serious person that wants to do serious things. So the very serious person that wants to do serious things, as I call myself. So I'm an OH enthusiast, OH specialist, and pathfinder, and I call myself an innovator. I try to do things in my own way to see how I improve any space I find myself. So thank you for having me. As we go through, I will introduce more of my experience so far.
On a serious person that wants to do serious things. Quite interesting. Okay, so we are all about creativity and marketing, the advertising space in general. And of course, we have a lot of small business owners, we have a lot of professionals and even students that are watching. So I want to find out from you, how did you get into advertising?
Okay, I think it's the more the more you look, the less you see. I mean, the less you see, the more you look. Right. So I think it started all the way from my school days, right? I had opportunities of doing internship in a couple of places. I've already had interest in mass communication because I'm a graduate of mass communication at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. So we call ourselves the Lions, and shout out to the Lions and Jacksonites. I'm also a Jacksonite. So Jacksonites are the mass communication students of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. We call it the Jacksonites. So in that build of Jacksonville, yeah. now we're here, right? So from my internship days, that was my second internship. I happened to intern at do my service program at one of the signage companies, Customized Impressions Limited. The MD was Pastor Favor, probably Pastor Favor. So I was opportune to work with them, even though I wanted to intern in a typical advertising agency, but I found myself doing this because of the timing was too short. I had to get myself in a signage company. From there, opportunity got. So I got there. So I had the experience of the technical terms and a couple of those things. So getting back to school, during my projects and thesis program project, I wanted to write on a topic that was called the corporate identity and corporate image, the influence of signage. Right? Because I want to understand there's an angle that this signage of a thing is part of advertising. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, my professor denied that topic. So I felt bad. Why? I felt bad. Why? So I think because he doesn't understand, he doesn't have an understanding of what signage industry looks like as part of advertising. So, but because I'm someone who doesn't want to do the regular things, I want to have my own path. Mm-hmm. I insisted I'm doing a new fresh topic. Instead of going to the library and picking a different topic to write, right? So what I did was to take on a topic that is called the influence of advertising. The influence of digital LED screens, right? In effective advertising. A case study of Pitmill. Okay. Right? So that was where I went to. I came to all the way down to Lagos, then from all the way Nsukka to Lagos at Allen Roundabouts. You know, Allen here. There's this plural LED board. That was what I used for my cases. I had to take a video. I had to play the video for them to see what it was like. And that screen has been there for long. And it's been surviving the test of time, right? So that was where I picked up interest. Then after graduation, I went back to continue my interning with Customized Impression, the signage company, if I went for service. So coming back from service, I started working with DAK Marketing Service for content and graphics and strategy, right? So what I was doing for them was to do strategy for them, story, because they were into TV reality shows and program content production. So I do develop ideas, use image to showcase how it's going to look like, my set design, what they put, all those kind of stuff, right? So, but when we work with them, this is a non-paid job. Okay, non-paid, yes. Yeah. So I did that. So while I was there, I had an opportunity, someone submitted my CV somewhere, and that is where I found myself in the arms of one of my biggest boss, Mr. Chudo Biora. So this Chu, so he called me in. Luckily for me, see, this is why I tell you the experience is somehow. It's somehow. So every step was important. When I got for an interview, over there were 15 persons there. So from master's degree and rest of like. But when I went in, still on serious person as I always look. So the girl there was like, this one I was looking so on serious. Like she said, so is this a serious person that we finally employed? Did you forget? But when I got in there, what caught his attention was when he asked your experience and what do you know about billboard and this and like. I was saying, okay, it's not construction, I will start using technical terms like robots, drilling bits, the stanchion. So it was like, oh, but when are you starting to move? I was like, okay.
So like you are
Already into
aware of the
technical, and that was why I started as operations person in that place. So that was where my launch into the outdoor space fully. That though I had interest in advertising, but this now made me to focus on out of home advertising fully. That's just my quick journey I have for myself.
So as an outdoor or as an advertising person, would you prefer to be called a multidisciplinary advertising person, or how would you like or prefer to be called an outdoor specialist?
More that English is somehow that what I just know that I'm an outdoor enthusiast and a specialist, and I love to call myself a pathfinder and innovator. So what I do is I find a space that has not been uncharted waters. I want to be there, see what we can do, what we can find out and improve the industry I find myself. So what is driving me in this industry is the gaps that I see. Any gap I see, I want to see if we can fill it all and to make sure we have a better industry.
So, Kingsley, I first met you when you were the agency side, right? And we've been hearing so much about data and a lot of things. But for me, there's something, a buzzword that has been flying around, and that's programmatic. You keep hearing programmatic. So I want you to please help us out with your own explanation of what is programmatic.
All right, thank you. I think one of the good things that Poster Scoop has done for me is that it's exposed me to a lot of global experiences and global landscape and global practices. And all shout out to Mr. Daroshi and Chiku Peter, who has given me those kind of platforms to be exposed to a couple of things. So when you talk of programmatic, you need to understand that first thing you need to do that is automation. Right? And when you talk about automated system, that means it has to do with a program, right? And program is about coding. And before you can code, you have to talk about data. So programmatic whereby is the process of identifying the media channel, available space, the audience that you're looking at for, and prices and everything, all in the automated process without you having to deal with interface with a human being in the process. So that is basically, so the key two things you need to have, you know, that programmatic is automation and data. They're important to have a seamless programmatic process.
Thanks. That's a great explanation of programmatic, an automated process without any human interfacing with any human. So in terms of our environment in Africa, can you tell me and the people here about any of the new moves and the new trends and campaigns that have been happening in terms of programmatic in Africa and in Nigeria?
I think one of the first people that tried programmatic campaign, if I'm correct, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Coca-Cola did something when they did with the candle guys.
Okay.
Yeah, back to those days. Right? They Candle tries to use it when provide the data programmatically by and this and like. I don't know where Candle is at this point in time. I don't know what they're really doing. So, but Candle guys, if you're still there, we need to see you guys more out there because that's one of our local programmatic platform that was built back those days. Yeah. It was looking really good then. So it's our local businesses that have that solution, right? But in the past few years, we've seen things that have been done with Prime Media, where the GoTV has done something with Prime Media. So what work has been done with the Broadside has done something delivering that DV360 and they deploy something locally here as well, right? So programmatic campaign has been happening, even though people are not mentioning them out there, and that's why I encourage.
All these ones
in Nigerian campaigns that were done. So they were done from outside and they deployed in Nigeria. I don't know how to this. Remember the days of Thames? Thames as the CLB album. The Drake and Thames, right? Yeah. So remember there was a campaign that was saying,
she appeared on that album.
Yeah, and there's a campaign that came to say, hey Nigerians, Thames is in CLB. CLB.
It was a global campaign that different cities, artists that are from those cities that were featured on the album.
The campaign was had to deploy in that area. So I don't know if that programmatically was done, but if it wasn't, it was a programmatic campaign that could have been seriously done. In US or wherever the originating place is, it's just a matter of have your different creative elements. The one that is meant for South Africa, the one that is meant for Nigeria, the one that is meant for US, the one that is meant for different countries. Put them and pick the sites that you want them to go, pick the audience you want them to be, the areas and everything. Then with a push of one button, each creative goes to their market. Automated. It doesn't need to start calling people to say, take this one, that flight is in the same area. And also, programmatic is just there, right? It's something that is already happening here. Just that because we've not been giving it more media attention to show that we help.
Is the media attention the only driver? What are the drivers that can make this develop in our market?
So the drivers of programmatic, right, is technology. And the technology, when I talk about digital, because digital which is where one of the really drivers of the programmatic out of advertising. It's the sensitive, yes, right? Because this is technology, this technology, internet and Wi-Fi and the stuff like to be able to signal and send messages. Second, it must, like I said, data and targeting. You need data to be able to know. Yes, audience data, location data, and this and that. So because by the time I tell you, I'm looking for a board that is in Abuja, we say, right? Once you pick that billboard, that means you already have the others I'm looking for. For instance, let's say market women.
Yeah.
And the market women I'm looking at, where can market women be found? They be found in the market area. And in Abuja, I'm looking at Wuse Market is there. I'm looking for any screen Wuse Market. That is a proposed audience. But then you pick this criteria of your target free persons are, and you click on a button, the campaign goes to that location you've selected for this campaign. So programmatic needs data to run.
Data seems to be a problem for us in this. Even though there is a lot of data, but organizing the data and cleaning the data.
Yep.
So the tech space in Nigeria is getting really more vibrant by the day. I believe that there's more skilled people in data analytics and more skilled people. How would you say these new trends of technology have affected OOH?
So, let me put the pros and the cons. So far, because this new set of with new media came in, digital media and because they have some numbers, parametric, we have to tell client this is the ROI on the This has affected the investment we have in out of home. I know Coca-Cola was the point. I think they slashed their budget from 70 to 20% of out of home. Because
so wait, sorry, Kingsley, are you saying that at a point 70% of Coca-Cola's budget was
as high as that? Yes, out of home budget.
And then it was slashed.
Do you see Coca-Cola campaigns every year these days? In the past 2-3 years. That's what was before. When you said I work for Coca-Cola accounts, so I know how much was put on outdoor before. But right now, you can't even show me Coca-Cola campaign. You've seen.
There's one.
Like, just one or two. So the budget has really cut.
There's one on toll gates.
It's just few here and there because you cannot justify your spend. But
because of the lack of data.
No, that's why I say, but it's also an opportunity because this data are there. Remember we had this program we call Location Intelligence Workshop.
Yeah.
It was how to leverage the available data we have around to be able to arrive and answer, right? So if you are telling you that this location we have, for instance, Google data tells you this is the traffic density, right? Like for instance, without you as a person giving me your Nimbus numbers, for instance, in the mall, I can still make some sense out of it by saying, this is the footfall. This is the peak hours. If you go to Google data, it says this is the peak hours.
Yeah.
This is a typical peak hours. This is the rating of the mall. So let's assume I have 4 malls and I don't have limited budget to run 2 malls, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do? I've used my data to say, Google has said the ones that have peak hours are high at this. And these are the days I want to run. And this location, these malls have high peak hours, right? And I have 4 malls. I will drop the 2 that have less peak hour, like high peak hours on the days I'm looking for. This is data informing my decision.
Yeah.
Right? And these are the review. If you look at reviews, you have 4.2 review, 3 point. Using that review, by the time you use this, and data that is free.
The thing with the automation is that it now becomes something that the machine is
It's doing for you.
using all
All this data to look at.
give you the best ROI.
All right. Yeah.
For your that's what would make the conversation tilt
back to back out of home. So the problem we have is this: there's nobody gives data when you are talking about out of home. Everybody just wish, you know me, you know my board, buy my board. You know my assets, buy my assets. Have you provided some numbers around what you're doing that is verifiable? Like I said, Google is a verifiable source. That you can, if I tell you that this Nimbus site is in Istanbul and this is the footfall around this thing, you can go to Google and check. This is the peak hours in this area, and it justifies just why the client should choose that particular location.
tables are shaking. Yeah, tables are shaking. Yeah. It's quite interesting, right? When we look at that, we as a company, Nimbus, we actually do invest a lot into data.
Yeah, that's
Our rates are based
on this area.
So we work with, of course, we work with different brands over the years. And I want you to now tell me, because you've been in the agency, you've been in different sites, so you worked on different campaigns, right? And we were proud of the campaigns we worked on. And I know you are proud of the campaigns.
Yes.
So could you just tell us some of the most exciting campaigns that you feel, just a little bit of a cross-section?
So I think, like I said, I'm someone that loves, is a pathfinder, and I love challenging projects. And let me take from my media owner side and from my agency side. From media owner side, I will talk about this of Pampers, the Pampers campaign where it was an inflatable diaper. Yeah, it's no longer, nobody runs cap. P&G is out of the market now, so yeah. So, but Pampers was what we did for Poster Scoop there. That was when what was interesting about the Pampers campaign was not just the inflatable, but we did the coin projection. So we projected images on the Pampers. So in the evening when the traffic is high, going back from Ojota down back to Ikorodu Tuesday, we project that evening, and people were looking at it as if you're showing them a movie on the Pampers. So Pampers vision is there. So that was an interesting one. And yes, we first started better and then the whole on-street urchins and everything, but it was an interesting and exciting one for me. That's for the media owner side.
Yeah.
And when I got to the agency side, and now what I'm interested in, that got interesting for me was with the campaign now, Tiger Beer. That was based on Nigeria. Tiger Beer. Nigerian breeds has a lot of brands, Amstel, Martina. It's really new
beer in this
market. Then, yeah. So
5 years.
So what happened was, they have their Star, Gouda, Heineken, and the rest alike, right? And the mainstream brand, which is your Gouda, Goodberg, what's it called? Life and the rest alike, for those original brands. They have so many brands, about 11 plus brands. Yeah, but when we proposed Chike, he came up there and told me they can do something different. Yeah, that's my former boss. Yeah, so. And the idea what he came up was, instead of doing the basic lamppost, can we have something like a 2D decors? So that was where the best of the 2D decor. That's the best of 2D decor in Nigeria.
Not really that technical, right?
So what it means is you put the shape of the advert message to the shape of a particular product or a brand. That is the silhouette of it. So. Yes, so if it's 3D, it's more that you can see the board and this and that. But 2D is just the shape. And
bread.
It was just something everybody went up calling. How do you guys do it? How do you guys do it? So now that is the
it's really like
yes, everywhere. You have your GT Bank, MTN, and rest of light.
The materials used for that are now different from the former.
So you use Flex for the first banner. But when it comes to 2D, I begin to talk about your foam board, SCP, that's a aluminum composite material, Akubor and rest alike. So, but the thing, why do I pick on these two numbers? That is were things that I had to bring thinking to life.
Innovation.
Right? It's not just doing my basic campaign. That's what an exciting was for me. And
not a set campaign.
And I'm grateful that the brand team for Tiger brand team allowed us to exercise that.
It's always lovely when the clients and the professionals working together and they bring out something really lovely. Okay, so nice one. I think I want to hear something about your imagination now, right? And I know you're an imaginative person, so I want to give you this. If you could run an OOH campaign in any city in the world, what would you pick? Which city would you pick? And what kind of campaign would you run?
If I'm not running Nigerian markets, the market I would love to.
Yes, excuse Nigerian market.
Okay.
Let your mind.
The market I would love to run is US.
In the United States.
Start for a little because I've been following the trend of how they go. So the reason I'm interested in US markets is the focus is there is because of the receptivity of the audience.
Interesting.
Here, and because I'm a person that loves interactive and engagement ideas, most of my ideas don't really fly easily here. I want a place that can create. You see your Pepsi Max, bus shelter experience, your Nagio, those kind of interactive augmented reality kind of stuff.
Personal.
Yeah. So there was a time I was even proposing to say, imagine the Lekki toll gates. We wanted to do Tiger. The Tiger is here, right? So we wanted to do the Pro. We wanted to do something. I was proposing, imagine that it's doing augmented reality inside on the Lekki toll. We are at the traffic stop. Imagine you looking at the screen, you're seeing your car, but you're seeing big Tiger by your side. Those are the kind of things I want to.
That would be a hologram, right?
No, it's FX. It's FX. So VFX.
Wow.
So
VFX in an augmented reality, you're gonna use your phone.
So it's like, so what it means that the camera, the simple way is simple. Actually, just you have your camera from the screen, feeding doing a live feed onto the screen, right? Okay. Now you're overlaying some other artificial elements into it. So when you look at the screen, you're seeing yourself in real life, but you're seeing things that are not there. So those are the kind of engagement I would love to drive. If you see Pictionary, is it Pictionary or the Pictionary campaign that is one more, they ask question, we answer you. If you get it right, you answer. So these are the kind of campaigns I would love to.
They really love Nimbus Interact. So the culture thing is a big thing, and I'm really glad you touched on it. I think the major thing that you see in different places is that there's different culture, and so the artwork, the creative that a brand would express in this place would need to be tailored to the culture.
Sure. Cultural sensitivity.
Yes, and even how to express it. It's been a great conversation, Kingsley. I just want you to talk to us a little bit because I know you have some things coming up. You have a lot of stuff you're working on. Just want you to tell us a little bit about what you have up your sleeve.
Okay, so DOH Academy, we are really working on our second edition of Loma Awards, Location Marketing Awards. I certainly didn't know that Location Marketing Awards is the outdoor industrial award that we started last year. And there was a huge one. And we the second edition. And people were asking, why is it called Loma? It's called Location Marketing Awards. And why it's called Location Marketing Awards is because the industry has evolved from what we call outdoor advertising to out-of-home advertising to now what we call location marketing or audience planning. Right, so you no longer
audience planning.
So you're planning based on where audience can be found. No longer based on what's structural and evolution. So where we are is location marketing audience planning. So you can find out that Dentsu Postal School has changed their name rapidly. So they changed their name to what they call Dentsu Location Services, DLS. So which means everybody is moving from outdoor OH to what is called location marketing. So that's Loma is coming, and what is different from last year this year is that we're a 2 days program now. Last year we just had 1 day, the session conference side and the award side. But this time around we made the award 1 full day, and the conference is 1 full day. So it's a big one. We're gonna do it. And
what's the date?
27th of September and 28th of September.
27th and 28th of September.
Yeah.
For anybody interested, where can they check?
Yeah, so you got to
information.
Go to ohacademyng.com.
ohacademyng.com. Yeah, so the Location Marketing Award 1 day, the exhibition another day.
Yeah.
Are we having, because last year I know we had some international delegates, right? Yeah. So are we having that kind of?
Some people from SA is coming, China and Spain as well as we have last time.
Wow. So it's been an amazing conversation today with Kingsley, and I really don't know what to say except to tell you that you need to find time to watch the entire video. Of course, we have some special surprises for the people that watch this video. So I would just advise you to watch the entire video. Thank you so much.
Thank you, boss. Thanks for bringing me to Nimbus Live. So this is me just say, keep watching Nimbus Live. This is one of the platforms where we discuss the marketing communications affairs, business affairs, creativity, technology, advertising, and all the things that make up business growth and advertising and marketing growth. So if you've not been following these sections, I think you should need to go back and have other sessions that have been recorded with marvelous and interesting guests, and they discuss and share insights that might help you as a business person, as a career person, or as someone who is trying to find fit in any of these areas. So I think it's been a wonderful session, and I'm grateful for having me here. I hope my little insights is helpful in one way or the other for you to find your feet in the industry. Thank you. I'll see you next time in Nimbus Live.
You won't catch it anywhere else. To see signs and niggas.
Yeah.